Mm-hmm. So how do you feel like your group is doing at this point?
Well, I think we're definitely getting smarter, and we're reacting quicker to our offense's tempo based on the plays we're putting in. But I think we still need to get a little bit tougher, and I mean that as far as our tackling is concerned. I was talking to a couple of coaches going up. It's a mentality, and I'm not sure if the days running together and how hard we've been practicing is getting to them, but we got to toughen up. There's no reason to miss tackles or to leave plays on the field like that. And if we're going to be the best we're going to be, we got to get better at that.
Is it two guys in your group that have earned their number so far?
There are two guys in my group that have earned their number. Levante Bentley, the transfer from Clemson, he was the first one. He's been doing excellent in camp. He's gotten better every single day. He's became the leader in our room. And then Isaac Hurtada, who honestly was on the bottom of my list, I'm going to tell you. But he played that first practice scrimmage that we had, and he showed up out of nowhere. I mean, he was playing at a whole different speed than the other guys, and even though he's at the bottom, I think that created some competition in my room to see that he could get his number before about 3-4 guys that are in front of him. And I've also moved him up to what we call the gold team or the second team. So he's going against the ones right now, and I'm looking forward to see exactly how he keeps progressing.
Coach, with your group, Levante's new, but most of your guys were here last year.
Mm-hmm.
What's your impressions of those guys so far? Who's standing out other than Isaac?
Other than Isaac, Marvin Ham, I think last year they had him at Sam, so he was on the end of the line. When I look at his body type, he looks more of an inside backer, and since we've moved him there, he's smart, and he's been moving around well too. But he has not earned his number over Isaac. I hold him to a higher standard as well, and he's pushing to get one. Now, he wants a single-digit number, and that ain't going to happen. We all know how Prime feels about that. So until he gets his mind from that, he probably won't get a number until later on. But Marvin Ham, Aubrey Smith, he's been another one that's really impressed me with his talent level. We got to get him further along in the book. But I think those two guys have been noticeable guys that have impressed me.
You mentioned Levante's leadership in the room already. Do you see that kind of on the field, but just kind of his game experience that he had playing at the level that he did at Clemson?
Yeah, I think his game experience definitely helped. But he's not a vocal guy. He's more of an example guy. And, the kids in the room, they kind of take to him. They call him Unc. Because he's an old head as far as his game experience, and he's been here for a while, and he's a transfer. He's got 1 year left. So a lot of them kind of lean on him because he's played in big games in Clemson, and he's been asked to come in at certain times when other players have gotten hurt. That experience is serving him well.
Talking about Bentley transferring in and acclimating really smoothly, how's DeMoy Kennedy?
Well, DeMoy Kennedy is still rehabbing. So he hasn't played yet. Now he's able to go through individual reps and do some things with the trainers. But as far as actually getting on the game field, he hasn't been able to do that yet. He's been cleared. But I'm telling you, when he does, he's going to be electrifying. He's probably he will be the fastest linebacker that we'll have. And he'll play a lot of where teams try to mismatch us with fast running backs and things like that. We'll be able to keep him on the field and take advantage of that. And he'll be our guy. We'll put on those guys that are kind of faster. He's going to be electric when he gets back.
With the spring game only 9 days away, it's kind of more of a buzz around the locker room about that. Obviously a big day, sold out Folsom Field.
Listen, the pressure is on. To sell out a spring game, I don't know if that's ever been done before. I've been Googling and researching and trying to find out, and it has not. So we're very proud of that, to be the first team to do that. So, yeah, the kids are really excited. They're really excited to show their talent. It's exposure for them. It's an opportunity to be seen by the nation. And it's also going to be on ESPN and by Buff fans. So, I think that just speaks to how the fans and the support in the city is behind us. So we're excited to get out there.
How's Jeremiah Brown look so far? And will he be playing off the edge and off ball, or will he just be playing off ball?
Jeremiah Brown's going to be used in several different ways. So, yeah, you'll see him off the ball and on the ball. He's a dynamic athlete. He was at Jackson State. He's going to be that for us here. With his speed and his athleticism, yeah, he can play both.
Coach, you're seeing a lot more of the numbers earned on defense right now. Is that because the defense has had a better spring?
No, defense coach, we lazy. We don't want to keep worrying about numbers, so we just kind of giving them out right now. I'm going to put one of them in 66. Bonacati, what's it, Bonacati? Y'all remember him? The linebacker from Miami? Huh? Undefeated? Nick Bonacati? Yeah. I keep telling them they should wear 66, but no one wants to do it. Like the kids these days, they don't understand. This guy was a Hall of Famer. But, I'm going to keep doing the history on that. I'm going to see if I can get one of them in 66. That's my goal. That's my goal.
As you guys continue implementing this defense, how, from your perspective, how's it looking from the front to the back?
It's getting there. we're never satisfied because we're putting so much in because we're trying to put competition on their mental state as well as their physical. On the field, the practices we do, that's going to be physical, right? But we're adding in stuff every single day to see how they handle it mentally. Because here's the thing. When we get into a game, we're going to be playing against teams where we'll have a game plan, but they'll have a game plan too. And then we're going to have to make adjustments on the field. And when those adjustments happen, you have to be able to mentally switch over from what you practiced all week to a whole new way of playing or executing a play when we get back on the field. So that's why we're trying to press them right now to see how much can you handle, how much change can you handle, and how much can you obtain and adjust when we have to do game time adjustments. So that's what we're looking at. So we're not satisfied with it, but we are happy that the guys are taking the challenge and they're trying to get it.
Do you think the fact that all these players are having to kind of go through a dramatic roster overhaul and that big adjustment and adaptation period will aid you all during the season in terms of those in-game adjustments and week-to-week adjustments?
I think it will some, yeah. I think any type of challenge or pressure is going to help you when the pressure is on for real in the game time adjustment. So, yeah, any type of competition or any type of pressure we can put on them at this point, we want to put on them. We want to make sure they're ready to go because, hey, we just sold out the spring game. It's a lot of people waiting to see us be excellent, and we want to be excellent.
All of the defensive players that we've talked to so far this spring have just mentioned the tempo that the offense plays with. Have you seen at this point kind of a jump from the first day of practice to now in their ability to kind of handle the up-tempo nature of the offense?
No, not at all. Not at all. The offense is putting the pedal to the metal. They're on the gas. We're trying to adjust and line them up quickly. But you know what? We love it. Again, the pressure, right? If they continue to do that like that, then when the game time happens in September, we will be ready. The game will be slower for us, and we'll be ready to execute. So we keep telling them, keep pushing the gas. And they're confusing us. They're having us all over the place. If you're out there, you see folks jumping, running around, trying to get lined up, and that's good for us. Because when it comes time to win the games, we'll be ready. So no, we're nowhere near ready to handle that tempo.
Coach, a lot of the staff is from different places as well.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you guys have meshed together? Are you guys working out some kinks as a staff? Do you feel like it's come together?
Well, here's the funny thing about that. The staff is somewhat we've never all worked together before. Some of us have been together about 17 years, okay, us with Prime. Then the other part of the staff, we've known them for about 10 years. So we've always got together and said, how good would it be if we could all work together? So it's not really a challenge because we've been to clinics together. We've went to either houses, special events, holidays, and we've always talked ball and we know each other. So really, it's a fresher breath of air to be with us and finally be together and get this great coaching staff together and be cohesive.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. All right, y'all have a good one.